Hello, and thank you for taking the first step toward helping your organization's future. My name is Rachel Gall, and this is Carl Kurek. We're representatives from Public Sphere Communications, and we're here today to talk to you about the options available to your company through a communication audit. At this time, I'd like to familiarize you with material that's available online. The first one is our press kit. The press kit contains valuable information, including our mission and philosophy statement, previous press coverage, and information about our product and services. The next one is available upon request and is a completed audit book. A completed audit book contains hundreds of pages of completed surveys, focus groups, and interviews. These things have been analyzed and recommendations have been made. As a potential client, you have the option to gain this valuable book personalized to your company. The final item we will refer to throughout the presentation is the packet. The packet gives you a visual aid of the rich knowledge obtainable through a communication audit. At this time, I'd like to ask you to please set aside the press kit and the audit book as we begin our presentation. There'll be time at the end for you to review these materials.
So who is Public Sphere Communications? PSC is a student-based, not-for-profit consulting firm as part of an experiential learning course at Purdue University Calumet. We specialize in performing communication audits, and our firm is under the guidance of Dr. Thomas Roach, a tenured professor at Purdue Calumet, who holds a doctorate in communication studies from Northwestern University. His credentials include President of Thomas Roach and Associates, former Director of Corporate Internal Communication at Carson Peary Scott, and former Media Coordinator at St. Joseph Medical Center. Dr. Roach created this course, Problems in PR, in 1989 as part of Purdue's expanding experiential learning program. Since the inception of the program, 20 successful audits have been conducted, and we are offering the opportunity for your company to become the 21st client.
PSC offers more than just classroom knowledge. Many of our members are active in the professional fields, including journalism and public relations. For example, Carl Kurek, election chaired board member of PSC, is managing editor for Chronicle of Northwest Indiana. Monica Jimenez, press release director for PSC, is public relations director for Life of the World, a not-for-profit organization that helps aid Haiti victims. Leanne Munoz, marketing chaired board member of PSC, is editor-in-chief of Purdue Chronicle. Jesse Martin, board chairman of PSC, is student body government president here at Purdue. A wealth of knowledge is available to your company through PSC.
So what is an actual audit, and how can it benefit your company? A communication audit is an assessment of the effectiveness and credibility of the current communication vehicles and media used by your organization. Let's take a second to dissect that sentence. What are communication vehicles? Communication vehicles are the ways in which you communicate with all of your publics, including employees, customers, the community, and shareholders. Vehicles include all publications, both internal and external, such as newspapers, company newsletters, websites, and social media such as Facebook or blog pages associated with your product or service. In a world of 24-hour access to information, it is essential to trace and monitor every flow of communication.
At this time, we'd like to direct you to our packet as we go through our presentation. On page 1, you'll have an example of a completed benchmarking report. A benchmarking report helps your organization become more organized. It is a non-competitive comparison with other organizations within your industry to reveal the best practices available and the ways to go about implementing those into your own organization. Several organizations are contacted, data is gathered, analyzed, and recommendations are made. It delivers management information and allows your company to have a competitive advantage. Also, employees are more receptive to ideas that come from outside of their own organization.
Now, if you could please turn to page 2, this page shows an outline for an interview. The interviewing process will discuss topics such as whether or not your employees feel that communication does or does not flow easily through the corporate hierarchy. An interview is one-on-one communication between an interviewer and an interviewee that is performed for the purpose of sending and receiving information. It is a dialectical, results-oriented, and spontaneous form of communication that drives towards discovering new information or drawing a conclusion. The process of interviewing creates an atmosphere where the interviewee feels compelled to answer the question and the interviewer is able to probe more extensively, thus discovering new information that may otherwise be difficult to uncover. Individuals cannot avoid a question or change the subject as they can in small or large group discussions.
Next page, page 3, shows an example of a focus group. A focus group allows us to find out whether everyone understands the goals and philosophy of your organization. It's a qualitative research method that brings a group of individuals together to have an in-depth conversation about a certain topic. It elicits perceptions, feelings, and attitudes that normally aren't shared in one-on-one communication. It is qualitative research that investigates the reasons behind decision-making. The results are easier to understand than complicated statistical data, and it produces data and insights that are unattainable through one-on-one communication or other forms. It also is interactive. It allows the interviewer to ask follow-up questions and probe more deeply.
Now, if you could please turn to page 4. This page shows an example of a survey. A survey is a relatively quick and cost-efficient way to gather information from a sample group that can then be used to predict the overall characteristics of a larger population. It does this on the basis that because something happened in the past, it will happen again in the future. The survey's standardized questions make measurement more precise by enforcing uniform definitions upon the participants. Standardization also ensures that similar data can be collected and then compared.
The final page of your packet shows you analysis and recommendations. Again, these analysis and recommendations will be personalized to your company. The previously mentioned techniques will be analyzed and recommendations will be made and completed for your company by the end of December 2010.
Now if you can turn your attention back to the PowerPoint presentation, here listed are a few examples of what the valuable benefits of this communication audit are. First, it creates a foundation for open communication. Second, it expresses a commitment to improving communication throughout your organization. And third, it discovers what major segments of employees think about your company's communication and its initiatives.
Next, it eliminates or minimizes programs that do not yield results and implements those that will. It also shows a willingness to listen and respond to your employee needs. Finally, employees from the top to the bottom of your organization will have a better idea of the goals and philosophies you set forth.
Finally, we would like to stress to you that this valuable service is free, minus the cost of conducting the audit. This same service is performed by established firms for prices ranging from $30,000 to $100,000. You will also receive recognition by future classes and in future press releases, Purdue publications, and community publications. Purdue experiential learning is the result of organizations like yourself that help build our workforce into professionals.
Previous clients include some of the following: NIPSCO, United Way, City of Hammond, and StaffSource. StaffSource is a company that specializes in matching employees and clients with company client needs. Dan Kiesick, current president of StaffSource, completed an audit in 2007 and said this: "Our company benefited greatly from the audit. I'd recommend this program to any other business. We were able to regroup and it eliminated our procrastination."